Hello, my name is Diego Durante Sanchez. I am from Mexico, specifically Ixmiquilpan, Hidalgo. I'm about to depart on the fall 24 voyage of Semestre at Sea. And right now I'm in Oklahoma studying anthropology. This is my sixth semester, and that's my life.
Before we start, I want to hear like a general, how are you feeling after semester?
Mm, Pretty good. Um, yeah, pretty good. I mean, I'm in another process of adapting to another study abroad experience. So my mind is mostly occupied in that situation. But thinking about semester at sea is like feels a little bit like a dream, you know. So I feel good. Uh, there's some melancholy, especially for the people, some nostalgia. Um, because so intense, and then all those that nice thing that was going up, nice building up those beautiful relationships, then it's like suddenly cut off. But still still happy that it happened, and yeah, just thinking about it like a dream.
That's the bad part, but it's not bigger than the good part. So,
Yeah, definitely.
do you think, do you feel like it's similar to UWC?
mm, no, I don't think so. I mean, it's I think because, well, yeah, the grieving process probably a little bit like that, and just readjusting into society might be hard for people going back home to their universities or their homes. But since I'm adjusting to something new too, it feels like, to me, it's kind of connected, like uh semester at sea and studying now in Hong Kong is like seems a little bit the part of the same situation of being away from home and doing new things. So to me, it's been different.
Yeah, I think it's like a you're kind of delaying the grieving process.
Mm, yeah, definitely distracted here with other things.
Yeah. So maybe we have to do another interview after Hong Kong.
Oh, maybe yes, but now I will not remember anything about semester at sea.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe we'll see.
We'll
Maybe it's
see.
an idea. But okay, the first question I asked you was, wait, I do like this? No, I don't. Was what are you most excited for in this adventure?
Hmm. So one thing for sure is all of the different food I'm gonna try in all of the different countries. I'm excited for that. I'm also very excited to see just how different all of these countries will look like, being so far away from each other and just having that contrast of life, culture, language, architecture, food, music, everything so different in such a short period of time. I'm very excited about that. Mm,
So did that remain the same?
yeah, food was amazing. Wow, it was awesome. And well, I don't know about how different things looked. They looked different, but there's fog everywhere. There was like a McDonald's, or everywhere there was like these suburbs type of building, and you know, like yeah, they look very different, but at the same time, many of them look very similar. At least many aspects. Or let's not say they look very similar, but there's a unifying uh there are unifying elements of like yeah, in the same in everywhere there's the same globalized or effects of globalization. So yeah, I mean it was interesting, very exciting, and kind of disappointing to see sometimes a McDonald's everywhere, but it was pretty cool experience. Yeah.
Is there anything that you didn't mention that became exciting during the voyage?
Mm, mm, mm. I think it changed every. I mean, as the semester progressed, things that excited me kind of changed. At the beginning, for sure, it was a lot of like, oh, let me get and experience this thing like that's close to the ground with locals, all that stuff. By the end, it was like I want to be with my friends. Let's go. I'm not even gonna talk to anyone in the street because I'm always like, yeah, with my friends. So yeah, it was exciting. Both of them being like, hey guys, we're gonna go do this together, you know, and that was fun. And at the beginning, yeah, the anthropological experience was also very exciting. Hmm.
All right. The next question was, what challenges do you think you will encounter during the voyage?
Mm, it's just making the most out of the time I am at semester at sea, it being on the ship, or on the yeah, on the ship. They told us not to use the word boat. So on the ship and on land, because I think I struggle with organization just generally, and I am trying to just take advantage of every minute I am on the trip. So I think yeah, making the most out of every second that we'll have there will be a challenge that I am excited for, to be honest.
So how did you go about that challenge?
Fucked. It was fucked. I got destroyed by the disorganization, especially during the boat. I mean, during the ship time, like there was not a sense of structure, and I
What?
started. There was no sense of structure in my life, you know. So I came in like, okay, I'm gonna do things, be productive, read, enjoy. But it felt like, why do I even care? Like, I started waking up 12 and going to sleep late, just like lost all of my discipline that I had worked for in Oklahoma. Um, and yeah, that the boat ship time to me was kind of not very enjoyable. It was enjoyable because like okay, with the people, I'm there chilling, but I always felt like there was nothing to do just to apart from hanging out. And I did go to the gym. I did play basketball, play cards, and that. But uh, this desire for doing something like organization, like got crushed. I did not. I did not manage. But during poor time. I think I spent my time very well and had lots of valuable experiences. Also in the shape, so I mean, just I like to be a bit pessimistic and complain, but yeah, I definitely don't think I achieved the goal of being organized.
Are there any challenges that arose?
Mm, yeah, like the challenges that arose were like socially. I found myself being like, oh, I don't want to socialize because it's gonna be the same experience of like, oh, we make friends and then goodbye. So I was like, I don't want to put my energy into this socializing building a relationship that will not last. But I was just in my head then, and like in reality, I ended up being making very good friends and very good connections that came naturally, and and yeah, it taught me that I was just thinking about it too much. Yeah.
And how do you overcome that?
Mhm.
How do you overcome that?
I think the I think my heart wanted it. It was my brain saying like, but then I would get really good vibes and really good feelings from every interaction and like actually connecting with people. So then I at some point I just forgot about it and stopped thinking.
I'm glad you don't regret that.
Hmm.
All right, the next question was, what sport are you most excited about?
I think Vietnam perhaps calls my attention, or India. I haven't decided yet. I don't have a definite answer, but Vietnam just sounds very good in my mind every time I say it.
So, what was your favorite sport?
Mm. Vietnam is there, India, Ghana. Um, yeah, I think India, Ghana, and Vietnam were my favorite ports. Not in order. Those three were awesome.
What about them?
Mm, I think Ghana was so um, the experiences in Ghana were just so spontaneous because I mean I think it happened to most of the ship, but we kind of underestimated Ghana as in like, oh yeah, there's not much to that that I want to do. I'm not gonna plan that much. So I really went without a plan, and also because of the people being so nice, like we were able to just go into a place and find connections there, like create relationships with those people, and then chill for the rest of the days with them. Uh, Kind of have an insight onto what their life is actually, and then the spontaneity was also amazing. India is a crazy place, like honestly, so colorful, noisy, hectic, and very different. And also the people were so beautiful, so kind. And we also had, I think, yeah, I think it comes to having experiences that are very connected to the people in these countries that make it for me like have highlights. So we went to like two weddings. We were invited to the two weddings out of the blue, and that became so nice. And in Vietnam, just a beautiful city. I like the vibes of the people. Um, I liked seeing 60-year-olds exercising at 6 a.m. in the morning, and the nature was amazing, and the people were beautiful. And by that time, also like the relationships with friends were much stronger and much more meaningful to share great moments with them in port. So it just made the whole experience awesome.
Fair enough. I want to go to Vietnam.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Right. So you talk a lot about people, but not enough about the purpose of the semester, which is to study.
Oh, I guess
So,
the recurrent topic in your interviews or a recurrent issue. No one speaks about this, their studies.
yeah, I think in the first time that I made this project, yeah, it wasn't a topic of interest, but it is a question that I include in this project. Which class do you think will be your favorite and why?
I'm super excited about exploring world music. I love music and just having the experience of such different ways of interpreting musicality around the world is gonna be awesome. I'm super excited, and also what it implies, going into live concerts, living the experience around the music differently in each culture. It sounds very good. And then jamming with all these. I guess the professor will pull out some crazy instruments, so that's gonna be good.
So which
That
one was
was
your favorite?
Yeah, world music, honestly. Yeah, the content and paying attention to music in all these countries was beautiful. But also economics was a pretty cool class too. I did not expect. The professor made it so interesting and dynamic. And I think that's the most important part in a ship where no one wants to study. Uh, the professor who makes you actually engage with the content and with the class. It might be even more important than the content itself. So economics was good, and world music, yeah, was my favorite.
Nice.
But I hated
Oh, for
study. Yeah, it's like I, because you asked me, I need to have a favorite class, but if I had an opinion, I would say studying was terrible.
But world music was more playing, right, than studying, or did you also?
Mm-mm. It was a lot of theory. The professor would really dive into the history of the country, like give us a very deep overview of the country, and then go to music. So we would spend like an hour and a half talking about the country before the historical foundations, and then talk about music. So that was very helpful. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more like interactive with the culture. You know,
And it wasn't.
no, not really.
But your field class was not.
Yeah, the field class was good, but
And how were the jam sessions?
now it's the musical experience in the ship came to us having a band and then playing talent and silent shows and just jamming every 2 nights or 3 nights. And then we had like a country and line dancing concert in the deck nine, and people were dancing, were playing. It was awesome, honestly. A big part, big axis of my experience, jamming.
I too. That's where I began. I was like, I'm gonna. That's
Yeah,
where it began.
wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, they gave us like $1,600 to buy a drum set and amplifiers. So it was very big high
Why?
because there was nothing to do there, and we asked. Our music professor had been there last like 5 years ago, and there was a drum set then. Since there was no drum set now, we were like, "Hey, what's up?" And somehow the money came.
Very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we also didn't have a drum set. It had like a bunch of pianos and whatever people brought. And I bought a cajon.
Oh, nice. And what do you
Yeah,
do
just jam.
now? Like after?
It's in Norman. It's the one,
Oh, what?
yeah, the one that I
It's
have.
in your suitcase.
No. So because we had the two suitcases, I put it in a box and somehow they just I like lo enrollé en plástico
Mm.
and it sent with my luggage and nothing happened to it. So
Mm.
yeah.
Very
But if I
interesting.
wouldn't have had the two luggages, I wouldn't have done
Yeah.
because it's more expensive than the drum itself. All right. Moving on. I asked you, what do you hope to achieve by the end of the voyage?
Hmm. I'm trying to just get along with everyone in the boat, regardless their background and their ways. I'm trying to see beyond the superficial kind of impression of, oh, this guy is so, he talks about stupid stuff or something, or oh, they're so superficial, or oh, that those things that we are accustomed to saying here in Oklahoma, especially as international students talking about local students, just because I don't know, I don't think we try much seeing behind those first impressions, which I guess it happens the other way around. We also look stupid. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully it will come out well. Um, and also just use this trip as a research experience of some sort. Still deciding what question I will be asking myself every time I go to a port, to a different country, just to try to see it through a different lens, have an intention of the the knowledge I want to get from this trip, and also have like a guide of what to look for, what to focus on, which I think will make it very interesting. All of my friends were international. Also, actually, well, not all, but perhaps the closest friends. I did have some US friends, but yeah, history repeated itself.
So would you say you achieved your goals?
Mm, no, not to the extent I aimed to do, but to some extent, yeah, there was uh, aspects of these goals that were realized, and yeah, uh, there were points and situations that yes, it, the goals were achieved, but definitely could have been, or it was gonna be more in my mind. My expectations were higher.
Did any goal?
Mm, yeah, I think yes. Part of the social aspect of letting go of this barrier that I had put between me and other people or like potential friends. At some point, I was like, okay, you need to let go of that, and it worked. It happened. So I was happy there. Just working on my perhaps being able to be more vulnerable there, and that was also something that I started wanting once I was in the boat, and it worked out well. And yeah,
Being vulnerable is good sometimes. Which leads us into the next question. Um, do you think it will be hard to leave at the end of the voyage?
I I would assume so. I hope so. I hope it becomes such a good experience that I'm like, shit, I don't want to leave. But yeah, I will think so. Yeah,
Do you think you will cry?
depends. If I find the love of my life and I see her living on that boat forever, I will definitely cry. No, I'm kidding. I think I will. Yeah, I think it's gonna be emotional, especially if it's so intense. It's gonna be so intense, and it will be a heartbreak. I'm a bit scared by the intensity. You know, after UWC, that shit was intense. So I was feeling like, I don't want to live such intense life or such intense relationships or intense things. I want to take it a little bit calmer. So this intensity is also a bit like, especially because of the craziness afterwards, probably. But we'll see.
Was it hard?
Mm-hmm. No, not leaving the boat, the ship was not very hard to be honest, because I left in a bus full of my friends, and we were like, yeah, goodbye, woo. And then we were just like, oh, let's go explore Thailand, So that was saying goodbye to the ship was not hard. I felt ready to, so it was actually like exciting to be outside. Um, but then the goodbyes of like friends we had to leave, uh, those yeah came came and hit hard in the heart. Yeah. So, it's about the people, like, the 10 people that I would really like to see more often in my life, knowing that I'm not going to in that long time. So that was the hard part.
Yeah, it's not the place, it's the people. I think we're torturing ourselves with fucking doing these experiences, you know. Like
Yeah, right.
I think it was before or after. Mm. After semester at T, I met with she used to be the marketing person for UWC Thailand, but we became friends, you know. Now she has kids and everything, and I told her like, yeah, this was like UWC. It was so intense, and it was so sad to leave. And she was like, you have to stop doing this to yourself, you know? Because I told her I want to go study abroad in Brazil now. So maybe she influenced my decision for you. But
Yeah, actually, that's, yeah. I think there's something to reflect about her words.
mhm. Yeah, because at the end it's a decision we make, which it's worth it, I guess. Like it's beautiful and great memories, but and a lot of learning and growing, but it's painful.
Mhm. And then yeah, the opportunity cost also. Would you rather 100 friends all over the world that you see once a year, 5 friends that you see almost every day?
Good point. Yeah, that's why I think I want to settle soon
Mhm.
because I know that the like for example, our friendship won't fade even if we don't talk in 6 months. But what does that add to my quotidianity? Like
Mhm.
I do want to be able to see my friends and nurture each other, have fun, not always be like on my phone texting and calling. Although imagine like our parents or grandparents when they didn't have phones.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. My parents didn't travel,
Right.
so
True. That's also another point.
so that was good for them.
True. Yeah, I guess it was no problem then.
You know, I'm gonna from semester at sea, I'm gonna have a pen pal through letters.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Pen
great
pal?
pen pal. You know that you send letters to each other or emails now.
Oh, uh-huh.
We'll do um, letters.
Nice.
With Lily, we said let's better talk about life through letters, and that will keep us out of our phones, and perhaps we can talk about deeper things than just WhatsApp. Hey, hello.
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll
beautiful.
see. We'll try it and tell you how it goes.
Please. I'm interested. Yeah.
Did you cry?
Honestly, what?
Did you cry when you left?
Yeah. Semester at sea?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I accepted it when it came. I was like, okay, yeah, it's the end. Like, I can't change it. But it was so beautiful. I think I was crying out of um, gratefulness, gratitude. Not like, I don't want this to end, but like, wow, this was so beautiful and it's too much right now. But I'm also more sensitive. I think I cry easier when these things happen. But there were people who were like the last ones to leave on the ship, and the other people were leaving and like waving at us and crying, crying, crying. But it's normal. No?
But oh yeah, some people. I had a friend who was a gap year student, and like she really felt like it was this happen again in her life.
It
You
was
know
what? It cut. Sorry.
that she was not gonna be this happy again in her life,
Mm-hmm.
and that's such a like worrying feeling to have.
Yeah.
So that makes it so hard.
But to some extent, it's true. I mean, not the happiness part, but like you're never gonna live something like this again.
Yeah, but maybe you can be happy something somehow else.
Of course, of course. That's what I meant. You will live happiness again, but you won't live this experience again. And it's like a utopia. And I think that's why people are so maybe they get attached to it, like traveling with friends and freedom and it's just yeah. I get it. But also yeah, you have to be able to see it objectively maybe. Because before you went to semester at sea, you had a life, I don't know if you remember.
It's far away.
All right. Before we continue talking, because I know we have a lot to talk about, but I want to finish this. And the last thing I asked you was to give yourself a message.
So, dear Diego of the future, I hope you are right now finding yourself satisfied by the progress you made in your objectives. I hope that repentment or feelings of not doing what you wanted to do are not present in your life, in your mind, in that moment, and that you are happy, you are proud of the effort you put into doing the things that you wanted to do, and that you see results that you are satisfied with. So hopefully you are happy there. Who's that guy?
Bro, your mustache is so big. Wow.
I know. I know. Now people have said that you gotta trim it so that it doesn't cover your lips. So that's
Yeah.
everything I could be looking at. Uh, mm, yeah. I didn't complete my objectives as I wanted to, but it's not like I am. I don't feel regretful of those because I think I'm I'm. It helped me think of like maybe I just like to set so many objectives and then just for the sake of setting them and then feeling like I have a plan. So maybe I'm reconsidering more than repenting about not doing my objectives. I'm reconsidering the process of objective setting that I go through. So, you know, it's I mean I could have gone more to the gym like the last month, and I could have perhaps found more of a rigorous schedule. Actually it would have been nice because now I cannot wake up early so hard because I woke up at 12 or like at 10 or whatever for a long time. But it did help in its way, so I'm happy and I am taking these ideas that came to my mind through that experience and exploring them, nurturing them, and seems like it's a good direction. So I'm happy. Thank you. I am happy, proud. I mean, I'm not too proud of anything. In semester at sea, it's not like, oh yeah, I went to semester at sea. I'm grateful, though, yeah, but proud, I don't know if that's a word that applies here. Happy, grateful, good.
You can be proud that you got the scholarship.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, do you have anything maybe to say to people who are going to embark on semester at sea? Any advice?
Don't go to study. Yeah, don't think about academics. Honestly, it's fine. I think if I were to start again, I would really go with the mindset of I'm gonna use this experience to explore different things than what I usually do. Because I was on an academic track in Oklahoma, then I said like, oh, I want to keep this track at semester at sea. But honestly, just the scenario, the situation, the educational program is not made for rigorous academics. So I would say take classes of something you perhaps had wanted to take as a kid or before, but you really didn't never got to, and then use this time to explore that side of you. It's not for school, and more for exploration, in my opinion. And that is one thing. Another thing is, well, I don't know. No, I don't think semester at sea is for everyone. So honestly, if you like traveling and if you've traveled in the past, perhaps semester at sea. Well, it's probably for a person who has a scholarship. If you have a scholarship, yeah, I think you should consider taking it and going, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to live this kind of experience. But if you're gonna pay for it, don't. Use that money and travel for yourself. And actually, that will bring you much more valuable experiences, in my opinion, and will really get you the side of traveling that makes you grow more and more. So yeah, that is my opinion on semester at sea.
Thank you for being part of this project. Do you have anything else you would like to say before we finish?
I enjoyed thinking and reminiscing about it. So thank you, Nat.
My pleasure. Thank you for taking the time.
Mhm.
It's funny to see you with a big mustache. Hola. Como parte de este vídeo, le pregunté a los amigos de Diego del semestre en el mar que me dijeran, bueno, si querían compartir unas palabras sobre Diego, sobre quién fue, qué les inspiró, cómo les impactó, algo que hayan aprendido de él. Entonces voy a leerlo. Algunos están en inglés y algunos en español. Los voy a hacer todos en español y con los subtítulos en inglés. Entonces, el primero dice así: Diego me enseñó cómo viajar sin un plan. Uno de mis días favoritos en el semestre en el mar fue en Ghana con Diego. Escribí una historia de ese día. Diego tiene una actitud positiva, contagiosa, que siempre pone una sonrisa en mi cara. Amo su sentido del humor y su habilidad de simplemente disfrutar la vida. Muchos de nosotros siempre estamos pensando en la siguiente mejor cosa, ¿no?, que hacer. Pero Diego me enseñó cómo disfrutar el ahora. Cada vez que me encuentro planeando mi vida de aquí a unos años, paro y pienso en Diego. Él me recuerda de estar presente conmigo misma y de vivir el momento. Vale. En el barco habían muy pocos mexicanos, entonces desde el principio me ayudó mucho tener a Diego como alguien que compartía mi cultura y, claro, el español. Gracias a eso, desde el principio nos volvimos muy amigos y de repente teníamos pláticas largas de la vida. En esta foto nos encontramos muy temprano y nos sentamos a desayunar juntos. Sentía que podía platicarle de todo y recibía mis palabras con mucho cariño. Me encantó que venía súper preparado y sacó sus binoculares para buscar ballenas o delfines. Diego me enseñó muchas cosas. Admiro mucho su manera de gozar. Siempre estaba rodeado de muchos amigos y no lo veía sin su típica sonrisa de oreja a oreja. Diego radiaba cariño en su pura presencia. Así describiría su esencia. Cada vez que platicábamos me sentía abrazada de su confianza.
Los bigotes me recuerdan a él. Me acuerdo que cuando se lo rasuró fue un rollo enorme en todo el barco. Su bigote era gran parte de su porte. Es difícil hablar de Diego, siempre, pero tengo muchísimas memorias con él. Solo puedo decir que era una persona muy real y que todos mis recuerdos con él están rodeados de mucho amor. Diego era una bola de luz. Estar con él se sentía tan cómodo y era muy fácil hablar con él. Era tan extremadamente talentoso y pude ver la dicha genuina que sentía cuando tocaba música para los demás. Pienso que siempre voy a extrañar su sonrisa y las risas que tuvimos juntos. Ah, por cierto, no voy a poner los nombres de las personas, va a ser anónimo. No creo que haya sido una casualidad que Diego haya embarcado con nosotros en el viaje 134. Semestre en el mar fue una experiencia que sacó lo que había más profundo. La magia que tenía Diego justamente era que veía eso incluso cuando uno todavía no era capaz. Tenía una manera de vivir liviano y simple y de mirar al mundo con amor. Y eso para mí fue una guía no para explorar el mundo, sino para sentirlo. Mientras la mayoría descubríamos todo eso, él ya vivía así hace rato. Hoy las aventuras me recuerdan a Diego. Tenía una habilidad especial para encontrar algo que aprender donde estuviese. Eso hoy es una lección que se la debo a él. Comparto. No puedo pensar en el semestre en el mar y no pensar en Diego, mi vecino que se convirtió en mi amado amigo. Él me enseñó muchas cosas a través de su mejor herramienta, el amor. Él fue uno de mis mejores amigos en el barco. Me enseñó otra manera de interactuar con el mundo, a través del viaje. Juntos tuvimos uno de los momentos más íntimos con los locales, su cultura y su humanidad. Nuestras energías siempre se encontraban. Y esa es la conexión más íntima y emocionante que los humanos pueden tener. Él me recordó quién yo había sido todo este tiempo, lo cual no solo impactó mi tiempo en el viaje de Semestre at Sea, sino cómo navegaría mi vida después del viaje. De mi diario, en mi tiempo con Diego, escribí: pura paz, dicha y amor. Juntos éramos niños otra vez. Él me enseñó a no tener miedo. Me enseñó a amar a los extraños y a maximizar lo que la vida ofrece. Y a confiar que la vida siempre tiene algo bueno que ofrecer. Él me enseñó cómo mirar más allá de lo que veo. Me enseñó a extender el amor más a menudo y en una manera intencional. Me enseñó a vivir más en el mundo que tenía delante mío en vez del mundo que habitaba en mi cabeza, en mi cerebro. Otra frase en mi diario: cuando él toca su guitarra, está en su elemento. Él radia belleza. No solamente su belleza, pero una belleza que no tiene límites. Su esencia es ambiciosa y con espíritu libre. Él sabía lo que quería cuando lo veía y después haría todo en su poder para conseguirlo. Él sabía exactamente lo que decir en cualquier momento y usar su encanto a su manera para conseguir lo que quería. Él quería conexión, interacción y diversión. Él interactuaba con personas tanto como interactuaba con la naturaleza. El mundo estaba enamorado con él. Y así él estaba enamorado con el mundo. Lo que me recuerda a Diego hoy son los momentos valientes, las risas, la gente que sonríe. andar en bici en la naturaleza, el té de jazmín, el clima bonito, el amor de animales y hablar con extraños. Y bueno, eso es todo. La verdad es que resuena mucho con lo que Diego me transmitió a mí y lo que inspiró en mi vida y a lo que me recuerda a él el día de hoy. Entonces, extrañamos mucho a Diego y espero que esa esencia que todas estas personas nombramos y que todos sabemos que vibraba a través de Diego pueda vibrar a través de todos nosotros. Y bueno, les mando un abrazo en la distancia. Cuídense mucho, disfruten la vida, véanla con amor, con curiosidad y eso.
best of all the experience.
Yeah, what semester at sea in one word?
8107.
Love. Bro, what do you do to my friend? Love for it.
Y aquí estoy sintiendo como si fueran 100 de nosotros. Somos 15 nada más, pero hacemos un ruido que los vecinos se pueden molestar. ¿Qué le vamos a decir a la viejita que salió? Y aquí está Macatameón, porque nos vamos volando aquí en un avión. Vamos como un cohete al espacio exterior.
Hey guys, I'm with.
Diego Durante.
His picture made top 4. How do you feel? How do you feel?
I don't know.
Oh, how do you feel about your picture making top 4?
You know, there's so many feelings to unpack. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it. But I do feel proud, grateful to my mom, to my parents.
Aww. What was your favorite thing in Morocco?
I think just seeing the mountains and the desert and all the colors there was amazing.
You sound very thankful and grateful.
I am.